In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible buyout team right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. If you guys don't know what I mean by a buy now card or a buy out card, is going to be any card under 100,000 MT that you can buy directly off the auction house, where there's something called a bid card, like an Invincible Tracy McGrady, Invincible Shaq, right? Those expensive cards, Yao Ming, Tim Thomas, right? These are all cards you have to go ahead and bid on, and they're going to cost crazy amounts of MT. So this is just going to be the best squad full of buy now cards or buy out. Those are the exact same things, all cards that are going to be under 100,000 MT. At the starting point guard position though is going to be Dark Matter Ron Artest, and he is legit right on the cusp of being a buy now. There's sometimes I check the auction house and I see him for 100k, and then there's sometimes I check the auction house and I see him end for like 110k. So he's basically a buy now point guard. He's right around 100k. Sometimes I do see him for 100k, sometimes even a little bit lower. And he's going to be such a good point guard. 6'7", 6'10" wingspan, has elite level defense, 98 block, 99 steal, 99 perimeter, 98 interior defense. He's got great Hall of Fame defensive badges and can still score the ball at a super high level with the Marco Fultz base, the Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. And then he's also got pretty good dribble sigs with the D-Mitch size up, the Trey escape, Dame behind the back. He's also got the Trey fade, which can be super effective on next gen. He's got some pretty good dunk packages, really solid defensive tendencies with a 98 on ball steal, 85 contest shot, 85 block shot, and I would say Ron Artest is most likely the best buy now point guard in the game, and he'll be our starting point guard. At the shooting guard position, I've always felt like this is such a good backcourt, especially for their price tag, and that's going to be having Vince Carter at the backup, or at the starting shooting guard position I should say, next to Ron Artest, because you get a great balance of offense and defense between the cards, because Vince is going to be your main ball handler, 6'6" at shooting guard, 6'9" wingspan, but he does have a 99 driving dunk, 99 vertical, he's super fast, 97 speed, 97 acceleration. He's got a great jump shot with the Kyle Kuzma base, the Vince Carter upper on very quick timing. He's also got really good dribble sigs, like that Steve Francis size up is super nice on Vince and great at getting downhill with the card. And then we know he's got some of the best dunk packages in the game. I mean, that Vince Carter go-to dunk is some of the craziest animations in game, and this card pretty much feels unstoppable at going to the rim. And then he's not a terrible defender, like he can hold his own on the defensive end. So I really like this backcourt of Ron Artest and Vince Carter. Both these guys gonna be around 100,000 MT, and I like the balance. Ron Artest gonna be our main lockdown, or one of our main lockdown cards in the starting lineup, and then he can also score the ball when he needs to. And then you look at Vince Carter, a guy that can score the ball to super high level, gonna be our main source of offense, and then also can be somewhat decent of a defender. Just wish Vince was maybe a little bit taller, but a guy that's got defense, got height, and a great player model at our starting small forward position though is going to be the Dark Matter Jonathan Isaac. I believe he's about 70-80k, somewhere in that range, and he's going to be a 6'11" small forward, 7'2" wingspan. We know he's going to be one of the best defending cards in my team, 98 block, 97 steal, 97 perimeter, 97 interior defense. He's got every single Hall of Fame defensive badge in the game. Like, this card is just elite on defense. He gets so many blocks, so many steals. I mean, his jump shot's pretty knocked down, especially in the catch and shoot. He's got really good dribble sigs with the Trey Young size up, the John Wall escape, where he can move if he has to. Once again, Vince Carter, Ron Artest gonna be the main two guys scoring on the starting lineup, but if you need Jonathan Isaac to get you a bucket, he can definitely go ahead and do so. And he's also got pretty much maxed out defensive tendencies with a 97 on ball steal, 97 contest shot, and a 97 block shot. So I think that 1-2-3 punch of Ron Artest, Vince Carter, Jonathan Isaac is super amazing for all these guys' prices. Jonathan Isaac about 70-80k, Vince Carter about 90 to 100,000 MT, and then Ron Artest right at that 100,000 MT mark. For the starting power forward is going to be a really good offensive power forward card, and that's going to be the Dark Matter Dirk Nowitzki, a guy that can really stretch the floor at the power forward position. 7'1" at power forward, 7'3" wingspan, has a 99 3 ball, 99 mid-range, almost every single Hall of Fame shooting badge in the game, and that jump shot with the B Elites base and the Tim Duncan upper on very quick timing is just such a knockdown jump shot. And I think he's going to be a really good power forward alongside our starting center, which is going to be the playoff Dark Matter Brook Lopez. I think it's a really good combo of having Brook Lopez for his size, his defense, and then obviously both these guys still have great jump shots. Like Dirk Nowitzki going to be more of the shooting, scoring power forward. Brook Lopez going to be more of the defensive center. But yeah, he's 7'1" at center, 7'5" wingspan, has a great player modeling game. He's got a super wide player build, and he does look super tall. He's got a 97 block though, 94 steal, 90 perimeter, 96 interior defense. He's got amazing Hall of Fame defensive badges. And like I said though, about Brook Lopez, he's also got the B Elite's base with the Brook Lopez upper on very quick timing. And I think having the same base in your front court, like both these guys have very similar jump shots, I think is actually sometimes beneficial if you have a card, like you have two cards on the same line that have basically the same release. I think sometimes that can help. So having Brook Lopez and Dirk in the front court, I think is going to be great for our starting lineup. Dirk right around 100,000 MT like Ron Artest, and then Brook Lopez only going for, I believe, like 30, 40, maybe 50,000 MT at most for his dark matter version. But now talking about the bench at the backup point guard position, I think you got to go for the hero Hedo Turkoglu. I mean, this man is still so elite at the point guard spot, being 6'10" at point guard, 6'11" wingspan, and we know he's got a great jump shot, the John Stockton base, the Trae Young upper on very quick timing. I've always said this about Hedo Turkoglu, it's just such a knockdown release. And then he's also got the Kyle Lowry size up, the Curry escape, where he can move at a very high level. So Hedo Turkoglu just all around a super solid backup point guard for only about 30, 40, maybe 50,000 MT at the most. And then for our backup shooting guard is going to be a card that's always been on a lot of these different lineups for a while, and that's going to be the Gally Sobel Ricky Davis. He came out almost now 2 months ago in the game, which is kind of crazy to say that Ricky Davis has been in the game for almost 2 months now. He's 6'7" at shooting guard though, 6'10" wingspan. And we pretty much all know why he's going to be on a squad like this, and why he's super elite at shooting guard is mainly just due to his jump shot, having the Seth Curry base, the Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing. It's just a knockdown jump shot, super easy to time, great off the dribble, and then he can also play some pretty good defense. He's great at going to the basket. Probably a very underrated thing about Ricky Davis is his ability to get to the rim and finish at the basket through contact. I think he's a great all-around offensive shooting guard for only about 20 to 25,000 MT. But this is where things do get a little bit interesting with the lineup. I think there's so many different lineups you could run for the bench. Like, I'm pretty set in stone on the starting lineup, but for the bench, there's so many different cards I think you can run. I'm gonna go Gally Sobel Big Z though at the backup small forward position. I think just because of his size, you know, being 7'3" at small forward, 7'6" wingspan is super valuable to have on your court, and he only goes for about 50,000 MT. And yeah, he's just super overpowered at small forward. He creates so many mismatches on the offensive end. And the thing I like about this card is you can now run a smaller power forward. A guy like Brian Scalabrine, you can run him at power forward. I mean, because you can't put Big Z at power forward, you know, actually on your lineup screen, because he can only play small forward and shooting guard. So if you put Big Z at small forward, you put Brian Scalabrine at power forward. Nice voice crack. If you put that on your lineup screen, in game you can just switch the matchups. So Brian Scalabrine is guarding the small forward, for example, and then Big Z is guarding the power forward. So that's what I really like about having Big Z in the lineup, is you're able to run so many different lineups around him. You know, Brian Scalabrine going to be a great backup small forward. And then for the backup center, I do think it's going to be Gally Sobel Marc Gasol, a card that's just amazing at center or power forward. Once again, in game you can actually have Big Z guarding the opponent's backup center. You can have Marc Gasol guarding the opponent's backup power forward, and then if you want to put, like, I don't know, Hedo Turkoglu on ball, or sorry, you want to put Brian Scalabrine on ball, put Hedo Turkoglu on the small forward, something like that. If you wanted to, you can in game. That's kind of how the matchups would work with this type of lineup. So that's what I really like about having Big Z in the lineup. But once again, I do want to talk about some other cards, because guys like Dark Matter Shea, I think, could definitely be in a squad like this. A really good offensive point guard. I think he's got a great jump shot and really good dribble sigs. You also got a card like Dwight Howard, who could potentially play in a lineup like this, right? If you wanted to get rid of, let's say, Brian Scalabrine, and you're looking for a little bit more height, wingspan, and defense, I think this could be a super overpowered lineup as well. Having Hedo Turkoglu, Ricky Davis, Big Z, Dwight, and Marc Gasol, that could be something that could be super glitchy. And then I also wanted to put in, well, obviously Scalabrine would be here as well. And then for that last spot, I was kind of thinking of like another power forward you could run. So I was thinking maybe like Thurl Bailey, potentially you could put in the lineup. I was thinking of some other shooting guards you could maybe run. I think I'll probably go Thurl Bailey or AK-47. I think both those guys are really, really good small forwards. Yeah, you could go AK-47. I think you could also go Sean Kemp. He could be in this lineup as well. So I think Sean Kemp, AK, you know, those are some great options as well. For me, though, I think this would be the best lineup to run, is having Huda Turkoglu, Ricky Davis, Big Z, Skylar Brini, Marc Gasol. And then for the last 3 spots, you got Shea, Dwight Howard, and I'll put Sean Kemp in here, you know, as 3 other cards that I think are amazing for being a buy now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and it did help you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.